fair bit to get through before everybody else rushes back out of there in 20 minutes. Now the first guy, obviously, as I've already said, and for the parents who weren't here the first thing this morning, you might have noticed we're missing little Ross and Calvin. Unfortunately and sadly, they had a bereavement in the week, so they're down in Western trying to sort that out. So unfortunately they've missed the presentation. So I'm sure, like me, you'll send them all their best wishes and regards. The first lad I'm going to talk about has just had his first season with Blades, but has clearly proved what a valuable member of the squad he is. He started the season unsure of his position within the team, but has found his role in midfield. Never afraid to put a tackle in and never gives up. Improving his own personal development next season, hopefully. We'll see him continue to enjoy his football. Always concentrates and listens at training and gives 100% at all times. Round of applause for Mitchell, please. The next one, another lad, just completed his first season, so it shouldn't take a genius to work out with it. He has put great effort in on some Sundays without giving the results he deserves. We need to improve his composure with the ball, and this will be for his own personal achievement next season. And the way he's just laughed then, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He can sometimes be very critical of himself and at times needs to channel his frustration into the game. His speed up and down the wing has been an advantage to us this season. He has proved a valuable signing and hopefully his progression this season will continue next year. Matt. The next player has improved immensely this season. He has found his position within the team and his confidence and self-belief has now found him playing regular, consistent football and is a regular squad member. His own personal strength and his ability to tackle are shown each week. A very, very good season from this lad. We're more pleased probably than anybody in the team, and I don't mean that a disservice to anybody else I'm going to mention, but he's come on leaps and bounds from 2 seasons ago. Dylan. The next guy is again proved what a vital member of the squad he is, playing at centre back. I have asked him to be the organiser. Sometimes he does. Where is he? Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Hopefully going forward next season he does more and not less. Alright? And going to next season showing your leadership qualities at the back. You'll need to be a lot more vocal, and this will be a repetitive thing with you lot. Your parents will probably pick up on repeating myself in and out. And hopefully that will bring you to your full potential. You know you can do it, yeah? And you've proved it this season that most of the time you can do it. Just a couple of times you've gone, you know. He's thankfully becoming more vocal at training, which again you need to put into Sundays, and will then transfer to the game on a Sunday. A lad that always does as he is asked and can be relied on at all times. Woody. Who's going to be the first one to trip over? The next lad, this position this lad has played this season was good and bad for the team. He has had an outstanding season, and I don't think he believed he would be as good as he proved to be. On the downside, we have missed his outfield skill. He has improved throughout the season, as has surprised me, not only as his manager, but also his dad. His confidence in this area is improving, and his ability and agility is shown in the game. A very consistent player who was a popular lad in the team. Louis. The next, nearly finished then. We have finally found this player's position this season, and this lad's commitment and passion is outstanding week after week. His position at centre-back finds him regularly putting in last-ditch tackles with various parts of his body that I don't think he means to throw in front of the ball. He's not afraid of the ball, and he understands his role and works very well with Lewis at the back, in goal, obviously. He needs to be more vocal, by surprise. and stand out from the rest, as his understanding of team play will help many others. His own development and ability will continue to thrive. A good, consistent season for Liam. This player has had an in and out season this year. When he concentrates and listens, he has shown his true capability. Confidence in himself, again an issue for this lad, but he needs to understand that this will help him achieve his full potential. He needs to be more consistent, as he knows this will allow him more time on the pitch. He is a lad that has the ability to fight for regular football and a pleasant lad to have in the squad. Bliss it. A player that needs to be a little less critical of himself. His fitness is improving, I'm sure you'll agree, and hopefully he will as well, as he's just looked up at me and thought that must be me. He needs to show a little more aggression when on the pitch and not give up. He has the potential to become a regular member of the squad, but needs to carry across what he learns at training to matches. Another thing that he's kind of with everybody. He's a popular lad who needs to build his own confidence and strength by proving his capabilities, which will allow him to have more time on the pitch. Another good season, Bradley. Or Brad, if you like to call it. I don't mind. His second season completed. His second season for this player has steadily improved his own development and fitness. He needs to be more consistent. Again, something else that keeps cropping up. Believing in his own ability will help his confidence and will help him progress personally and become a more regular member of the squad. Like many others, he needs to realise that time on the pitch comes with performance. Jamie. This next player has developed quicker and seems more relaxed at training rather than in match play. Confidence and aggression, two words I think. I was trying to think of 14 different ways to say similar things, but I couldn't. So if I feel like I'm repeating myself slightly, I do apologise. Confidence and aggression needs to come out on a Sunday, which we regularly see on a Saturday. He needs to come out of his shell and prove to himself that he does have the potential and the interest to go forward and play football. Ashley. A player that's just finished his first full season. I think he'd come to us halfway through the season before, if I remember right. But I have slept since then, so I could be wrong. He has shown more than enough times his ability on the pitch and at training. He's still the quietest member of the squad, and I will have a word with his parents to see how I'm getting his vocal talents across. And when he's sitting here and looking all nervous and shy, he knows who I'm talking about. This shows in his individual performance as he now has a better understanding of team football and his role within the team. He has progressed into an important member of the squad. Next season he needs to find his voice, surprise, surprise, and believe in himself more. Alex. Two more?
Yeah.
Don't look that much when you write it down. This season for this player has possibly been the most frustrating, as he has often had to battle up front on his own. His strength and ability makes this individual a valued member of the squad. He has had his first season as captain, and this I know he has enjoyed. He has been with the squad from the beginning and is a pleasure to have around. His knowledge of the game and passion to play football shows week after week. Don't have to say any more than that about this lad. Callum. And again, surprise, surprise, you won't be a genius to work out who's last, but not least. This player's had a consistent season, taking into consideration the ups and downs we have had. He has cemented his position in centre of midfield and has improved his own personal ability. Another quiet lad, at times, can be too talkative sometimes, who needs to be more vocal, as this will help himself and the players around him. He needs to continue his development in his position, and his passion and desire to play football will help him shine. George. That's all the personal ones out of the way, guys. I'll start with man of the match. This award is given following each game, obviously, as you know, we give a trophy out. My little genius wife over there tends to keep a tally through the season, and we end up getting a winner. This year we've had two winners, joint. These two lads have been outstanding for us for this season, and it's no great surprise. It was actually quite close. I think there was these two, then there was a couple behind. So I think everybody's got it this season, didn't they, as far as I remember. Please don't put your hands together for embarrassment. But these two guys, I'm sure you'll agree when I shout the names out, have had great seasons for us. The first one is Liam. And the second one is Lewis. I'll move on to parents player now. These two trophies, this one, the parents player and the players player, are always the ones me and Craig are interested in, because we turn up, stand one side of the pitch, you guys are on the pitch, and as parents you're on the other side watching what's going on. And it's interesting to see when this comes in and what you see compared to what I see and what I think is right. So for me, these next two are always interesting. What me and Craig see at training and on Sunday is not always what you guys see. Week after week, you watch from the sidelines, and for 99% of the time, you focus naturally on your own individual child. We all give praise, and we all be critical at times. But looking at the whole squad, as manager and coach, we take into account many things. So it is good to see how you guys view the performances. This has never happened before, but this season two players share this trophy, and they were quite considerably ahead, no disrespect to everybody else, but points-wise, they were quite far ahead of the rest of the team. We scored points, obviously first, second and third. I think it was 20 points for first, 15 for second, 10 for third. You wonder why my brain's been hurt in the last 2 weeks. These two individuals have strengthened the squad this season, bringing their own individual qualities. And you guys have obviously seen this as well. These two players both deserve their awards for their own outstanding contribution and performance. The first one is no great surprise to me at all, and again as manager and again as parent I couldn't be more proud. The first one goes to Lewis. And the second one, again you shouldn't be overly surprised by it, because I wasn't. Fantastic first season for us, fantastic. If he carries on the way he does carry on, or has carried on. The second one was Matt. Players player, sorry Matt, thank you. Players player, again a trophy I'm always interested in, because it's all about you guys. You've done the same thing as us, voted 1, 2, 3, this, that and the other. Again, the player won it by a long way, as far as I am aware. It doesn't take, again, repeating myself, a genius to know who this is, and I'm sure you'll agree this player has had a remarkable season. He has grown with confidence, improved his role immensely, and saved us on more than one occasion. This player made an important decision at the start of the season regarding his position, but I'm sure you'll agree this award goes to someone who has shown 100% commitment. He's a very popular lad amongst the squad, hence the result. Sometimes he gets the short end of the deal because of who he is, but I'm sure he will tell you himself he gets treated no differently to anybody else. And I sincerely hope he keeps up the good work, because I'll take my manager's hat off now, and I couldn't. It's been a while since I've been proud of my son. I'm proud of him today, you know that. But something like this goes to Lewis. We've got a trophy now that we haven't done before, and as I go through it you'll probably understand why, and hopefully you not necessarily agree with why I'm doing it, but understand from me and Craig's point of view. no respect to Craig, more my point of view than his, because I haven't really spoken to him about it, but I'm sure he'll agree with it. I've done a trophy this year for the most improved player. Again, something we haven't never done before. This is a new trophy this year and goes to a lad that needs acknowledgement for his own personal improvement. His attitude and progress this season has led to this lad owning his position and playing consistent, regular football. He has gained self-confidence and his ability and skill now show in his football. I hope he continues to play next season, as do I with all of you, and I want him to know that his own personal experiences have made him succeed and he truly deserves this award. And for somebody who come third in the parents' poll and third in the players' poll, again, it's no great surprise that he's going to get this, and it's Dylan. I'm now going to shut up for 5 minutes and hand over to Craig.
5 minutes?
Sorry, 25 minutes.
First time I've ever done this award. I'm not very good at the speaking with people, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to kind of do it off the cuff. It took me ages. When downtime I had a coach's player to choose, probably about 7-8 weeks ago, and you've all popped in my head at some point for very different reasons. Again, like Darren said, it's like a different team from a Saturday to a Sunday. So I've kind of took into account both days, and the player I've picked is somebody that I like immensely, as I like you all, but somebody that always tends to listen, whether it be on a Saturday or whether it be on a Sunday. He will always do what I ask him to do, what Darren asks him to do. Not necessarily always what he wants to do, because I know he wants to be in a certain position, and sometimes we've asked him to play in a different position. He's a player that's played in 3 different positions this year, and from my kind of view, has done a real good job in all of them. It's a bit sad that he's not here today, but he just go to Ross.
Obviously with that, guys, I won't just throw it through the letterbox and say, there you go, thanks very much. We will get together with Ross over the next week or so when everything's calmed down at home with him and whatnot. And Craig, if you remember all that, you'll have to say it again.
You're not right, I've got to record, we were all right.
All right. So the last trophy to the lads I've got to give out. Obviously we've got a few other bits and pieces to do, so just bear with us. But the last one obviously always finishes with a manager's trophy, and a bit like Craig said, and a bit like I tell you every season, as far as I'm concerned, guys, I'll give you every trophy in the world, because you all bring something different. You're all at different standards, you're all at different levels, you're all at different mentality, let's say, growing up. Some are more mature than others, some are louder than others. You all bring something, and that's what makes you guys, regardless of the results, and yes, like I've said, the results didn't go well, you've always come back and you've always shown it a bit of interest and want to come back. Not one person this season has turned around to me and packed it in halfway through or had a discussion with me that I'm not happy about it. I can only assume that you're not, and I'll hopefully assume that if you did, you would have the confidence to come talk to me about it. Okay? So I'll stop rabbiting and I'll get on with what I've got written down here. This trophy is impossible to only award to one player. Each player brings their own individual personality and ability to the team, and it's always about opinions. If every parent probably would choose somebody different, I assume. I watched throughout the season for a player who's been consistent in training and on match days, who has personally developed in their own role, who is a team player, shows commitment, passion, and has an understanding of the game. He's comfortable with the ball, and these all show in his performance. The individual takes on board new skills quickly and is always keen to learn and improve. He has this season found his position and reads the game really well. He's not shy of a tackle, and he has established himself as a key member of the squad. A quiet lad, somebody else, if I asked his mum, would probably be as loud as anything. A quiet lad who makes others, who like many others, needs to find his voice, but I'm sure next season, following this award, he will take on board this great achievement, and he will have another great successful season. And it goes to Liam. Please don't drop it. Something else for your mum to polish. Okay, guys, that's all the awards for you guys, but obviously this, like I've said before, and no apologies for repeating myself, but this all happens because we want to do it for you. We enjoy doing it for you. We don't get paid for it, and there's a lot of effort goes in. It does look as if I do everything, and sometimes I do everything. But believe it or not, there are people behind the scenes helping me along. The first little gift is again somebody who I think the lads perhaps look to more than me, because I'm an old fart and this guy's a bit younger than me. So just as a thank you from you lads and a thank you from me, Sal, and everybody else involved in the club, just a little something for Craig. And obviously, it goes without saying, there is something as well for Calvin, who just as much. He's not obviously been at training too much this year because he started work, this, that and the other, so there's never been any pressure, as much as I give Craig pressure to turn up, I've always asked Calvin to be there when I'm not there, so there's two people doing training. Obviously, with Calvin, with work and everything else, and again, like clubbing till 4 o'clock on a Friday night, he's not going to turn up on a Saturday sometimes, but he will commit himself to what he can do and when he can do it. And again, somebody I think the lads appreciate being there on a Saturday, because when we have the little kickabouts at the end of the game, they're always the first ones to kick the 10 bells and whatever out of him. So I'm shame Calvin's not here. There's one last thing from everybody really, including myself, so I'm not going to be ignorant and say it was from me. I'd love to be able to say it was, but I don't do this, as you know, on my own, and I certainly wouldn't be able to carry on doing it on my own, because I'm not the most organised person in the world. I'm not the most, how can you say it? I get a bit frustrated sometimes, and there has been a couple of times this year where we've had conversations about packing it in and, you know, working and this, that and the other, and whether it's worth it, and every time I turn up on a Saturday and we have a bit of a laugh, that kind of kicks me back into it. But I'll tell you the truth, there has been a couple of times this year when I've thought, is it the right thing to do? Is it the right thing to continue doing? Now you've got older, is it time to pack it in while we're still enjoying it and not doing it just for the sake of doing it? But there's somebody who I wouldn't be able to do it without, and I'm sure you'll agree, when she turns up on a Sunday, does all the paperwork, does all the tuck shops, does all the organisation, and she does 99% of the stuff at home as well, regards emails to leagues, emails to here, there and everywhere, because I'm a bit of a muppet with all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure from everybody here, and especially myself, Sally. So guys, if there's nothing else, so from me personally, before anybody else shouts up with anything else, personally from me, I hope you do go home and have a chat with your mum and dad, decide what you want to do. I don't want to influence you with the decision you make, but I want to tell you personally, I'm more than happy to carry this team on, but things do have to change. More to your attitude and your desire as opposed to your footballing skill. So I can thank you for last season. It was a struggle, it wasn't the season I was expecting, and I'm sure the parents weren't expecting it, but we do it for one reason only, and that's getting you out, enjoying your company, enjoying you lads. I'm sure I've had a couple of comments today already, how well you get on when you do things like this. It's a shame when you do things like this, you don't particularly transfer it to a game on a Sunday. So have a massive think over the next couple of weeks. I say, don't run up to me after this and go, I'm not coming and this, that and the other. I don't want to know today. Have a couple of weeks to think about it and we'll go from there. But certainly I can only tell you from me, Craig and Sal and anybody involved in this team, we want to carry on, but it's down to you lot. Okay, so thank you very much for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's crack on. Okay?
One more thing. Obviously all the lads have been saving a pocket money and appreciation for what you do. Sally's got a phone and something for you, Craig.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, everybody. I want me to open this now? Is it on? I'll only get emotional. emotional wreck.
Yeah. You want a cuddle now?
It's a blue season ticket. Oh, thank you very much, guys. Trying to say I'm a tramp.
Was even that
Jockey trees, yeah. Thanks, guys. It's always nice to be appreciated for stuff that you do. So thank you very much for the effort, and thank you to all the parents for everything you've done this year, putting goals up, taking them down, turning up at Goddle, helpful hours and everything else. I do it as the manager, but we wouldn't be able to do it with everybody else, taking kids to this, that and the other, picking other kids up and stuff. So it's a big team as far as I'm concerned, so thank you for that. And again, thank you for all you guys. Appreciate it.